Hi. Um, this is going to be the second video that I upload on my channel. It's been a few days since I uploaded my first one. So I'm still getting in the hang. I'm still trying to practice and get used to talking to a camera and also get used to, practicing and like knowing, like having a good idea of what I'm going to say in front of the camera. Uh But I will say that these past few days, and the reason why I want to film this video now, is because the past few days have been rough. I think that a lot of things have kind of happened. Not like over dramatic kind of things, but a lot of little lessons that I've been learning in the past few days that really it urges me to sit down like this and to reflect. I've shed a lot of tears in the past few days. I've like experienced a bunch of like misunderstandings with people close around me. I've went through a lot of like self-reflections. Um, and just a lot of lessons that I've learned. Um, when sometimes you might feel like you're going through a spiral of different things. Let's say when one thing, like one negative thing happens, and then a bunch more negative things follow. And over time, I've learned that the reason why everything spirals, like comes down together, there could be a few reasons, but one reason is that the universe or God is testing you and building you up stronger. And another reason is that because you didn't learn your lesson yet, you allow things to get worse. Because when the first thing got worse, um, you just allowed it to fester. You didn't choose to change your mindset or change your outlook, or you just let things happen to you. So there's a balance between everything. There's sometimes that things that you can control, there's things that you can't control. I always believe that there are a lot of factors through with anything. Um, I am someone that has, a lot of like emotional emotions. I'm very complicated internally. Um, Sometimes I believe I'm simple, but sometimes I know I'm a little bit harder to deal with sometimes. But we're all work in progress. And I know at the end of the day, the only thing, trust yourself, the only thing that you can control is yourself. You cannot control what other people say to you. You cannot control what other decisions people make and what opinions they can have, especially of you. You cannot control what happens in nature. You cannot control what happens in the oceans, in rush hours, when you're driving on highways. You cannot control anything. You cannot control someone else's mood as well. I had a friend that called me a few nights ago, and it's been a while since we talked, and we've both been going through some rougher moments in both of our individual lives. And she called me because she said that she missed me, and it's been a while since we talked. And she's someone that I've met through my previous business community, and someone that I have personally coached and also helped her. But then she was also one of my closest friends. Like she was one of the people in my team and in my network that I felt that I connected the best with. And we laughed a lot. We had a really great friendship. But then of course when life gets harder, sometimes it's natural for you to grow just a little bit distant. But what I love about this friend is that whenever we talk, even though it's been a while, it's like, we're still the same old. It still feels very nice. It still feels very natural and just like great time talking with her. And we just caught up with each other's lives, like how we've been doing recently. She's had some life changes. I've had a lot of life changes as well. And she told me about her struggles. And she mentioned this a few times to me. She's like, Grace, when I was going through this, what you said to me a few months ago, or what you said to me when I was going through a tough time like this last time, too. Like, you told me to think this way. You told me to take these actions, and I know that these are the right actions, or these are the right attitudes or mindsets to have. And when I heard that, I was like, it's been a while since someone told me that reminded me of the impact that I could have on people. I used to be so used to the grind. I used to be so hustle on building myself and building other people, coaching other people, learning how to connect with others. And then there came to a one point where I decreased, like I had a decline in my hustle because I was a little bit burnt out. And it's been a while since I had that feeling like, oh, I helped someone before. I helped better someone's life before. And then, but it was also strange because the words that she said to me sounded foreign. She's like, Grace, you told me this before. She told me something about having a positive attitude, about just approaching certain situations in certain ways. And I'm like, I know I definitely said those things before, but I don't know why it feels so foreign to me. And I realized life changes a lot, and the people that you choose to surround yourself with, the situations that you allow yourself to be stuck in, they really do change you. When you're stuck in a place where you don't want to be for too long, sometimes when you are in that stage of experiencing and growing internally, you will really see yourself change. And you can only control yourself. Control your mindset and your outlook towards life. I tell this to people around me now. If you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, you wake up feeling miserable, just choose to make your day not miserable. Choose to smile at people. Choose to compliment people. Choose to look past people's mistakes, especially when sometimes the choices that they make doesn't directly have to affect your own mood or your own well-being. There's this book I started reading recently called Let Them by Mel Robbins, the Let Them Theory. And so you just gotta let them. You just gotta let people do, and you gotta release your grip and control of situations and people sometimes, because not everything will happen the way that you want them to. It's just how it works. And appreciate the little things in life. When I feel down, when I'm in a rough moment in my life, I just choose to appreciate every single thing. I appreciate the sun. I appreciate the fresh air. I appreciate the water that I drink. I appreciate that I still am intact, like I'm still technically healthy, even though sometimes, even when you're going through a sickness, even when your mental health feels like it's shattering, but you are still alive, you're still breathing, and you're still able to function. And I'm just referring to situations like these where you're just breaking down, or you're burning out, or just these kind of situations where you feel overwhelmed about life and just everything around you. And it's normal that these things happen, you know? Just appreciate everything that you have. I've learned to appreciate every single thing I have. I appreciate the people that give me compliments. I say thank you to God when I see money being added into my bank account. Let's say when I get my paycheck. And when I see, let's say, any of the stocks that I have investments in, if anything has increased, even if it's just 1 cent, I say thank you. And I welcome abundance. I welcome prosperity. I welcome happiness and grace into my life. All these little things, again, I'm still learning how to really structure the way that I talk, especially when I'm planning to post something. But, in my second video, again, it's not perfect, but I'm having that intention to change. But knowing that you are in control, and also knowing the fact that you gotta be appreciative, you gotta be positive, is very, very important. Tough times that you go through will really shape you, will shape you towards the dream version of self, towards the highest level of character that you are able to achieve. One of my favorite quotes, one of my favorite phrases has always been, tough times don't last, but tough people do. The more you want bigger and better things, the tougher things will get for you. And that's just how it works. Of course, you gotta accomplish and grow and overcome more struggles, obstacles, milestones than people who maybe don't dream as big or want things that are different from you. You want to help people, you want to grow or scale a business, you want to earn a higher income level, you want to have a beautiful, long-lasting, healthy, loving relationship. You gotta experience these things where God or the universe or just the situations that you're in, you're just gonna have to go through it. You're gonna have to learn your lessons. You're gonna have to make a lot of mistakes. You're gonna have to go through a lot of heartbreak. Even if the things are, just know that the things that are meant for you, you have to be shaped into that higher level version of yourself first, before the universe or God is knowing that you're capable of having all those things. If you want to be a multimillionaire and tomorrow someone gives you $2 million, do you truly know how to manage that money? How to, let's say, actually maintain or grow that money rather than just spending it? There's a lot to learn, and I'm in this journey. We're all in this journey together. To any single person in this world who wants to grow themselves, would just know that you're never alone, because there's always going to be someone who is willing to maybe not necessarily go along with you, but they're also in their own journey together, and all of us around the world, we are growing and thriving together. One thing I noticed recently is that I met or come across a lot of people who are involved in trading. At some point, I started seeing more posts on social media, like on my feed and everything, about people who trade. One day I was at the gym, and then a woman was in the locker room like changing, but I guess she didn't have her AirPods. She was just like blasting, kind of just having her phone on, listening to like a class that was talking about trading. And then the other day, one of the clients that I was helping when I was at work, she told me a little bit about her background, about her life story, and she went through a lot of different struggles when she was around her 20s and 30s. Her husband had passed away when their child was still just a few years old, so she had to learn how to navigate life as a single mother, and I think something happened with her career, so economically they weren't doing as well too. And then at some point, like, something clicked in her, and she's like, I need to do something. I need to start making more money. I need to change something about my life, and I need to make things better. And she started real estate. But then the old thing that ultimately helped her become successful, and right now she said that she just grew her portfolio to $1.8 million just through trading. And I asked her, what do you have any advice, like how you were able to persevere through everything and build a very successful and happy life for herself right now? Because her daughter is like doing so well in her career. She's happy, and she just looks at peace, and she just looks content with her life. But then she looks like, or the way that she shared to me, is that she's still aiming to achieve bigger and better things. And she said that her number one was her faith in God. God gave her all the blessings that she has in her current life, and she owes her appreciation towards Him. But then also never giving up. Keep working hard. Even through times where she mentioned like she was doing real estate and she had to go door to door. Going through all those hoops, I'd say, and just persevering through everything. It's people who are truly able to have peace and also their own definition of success achieved. They go through a lot, and you can really tell when a person is on their way to achieving what they want to achieve when you see that their belief and their conviction is different from other people around them. All of us, we want to achieve something. All of us, we have dreams. We want to be financially free. We want to be stress worry free. We want to have love. But the sad truth nowadays is not is, or it always has been, just the way that humans work and the way that they function, is some people just don't have the mindset that they want a certain thing, but they aren't willing to really go out there and get it. So it comes back to the topic of control. You want something, you work hard to attain it. You don't like something, you remove it or you change it. A lot of different things, again. But remember, you are in control. You are in control of your actions. You are in control of your words, your expressions, the way that you present yourself, the way that you dress, the way that you clean up after yourself, and especially the way that you think and the way that you approach things. A lot of different things. Yeah. But yeah, that's everything that's just on my mind today. I'm also in a process of healing and growing myself. So, still working on my level of insights and also what I can be able to share and help throughout, potentially like throughout the world. But this is just my daily dose of growth. Yeah. And thank you for watching this video. I'll see you next time.